our best defender against their best attacker. As simple as that. Let's get into this transfer news, people. There's a lot to kind of cover in the grand scheme of things. Let me make sure everything is well and safe. We can delete that, I think. El Nene. Yeah, that. So, folks, cut that. Yes. Wait, what's this? So, folks, you gotta make sure everything is cushy. We're gonna crack on. Don't worry. Yep. Tab police. It's only because I only got these tabs for you guys. It's a madness. But yeah, there's that. Close that. I think this is more Tielemans Tosh. And yeah, we're cushy. All right, have a good biology lesson, man. RP stream. What are you on about? The fuck? Anywho, well, let's start from here, man. Now, this is just, I just happened to be reading this before I came online, people. What are the chances, people? Now, Real Betis are interested in signing Dani Ceballos. Not being funny, but Mikel Arteta sent Ceballos back to Madrid and they're in the Champions League final. Anyways, away from that, Inter will sell Arsenal linked Lautaro for 60 million euros, which correlates to about 51 million quid or $63 million. The 24-year-old is under contract until 2026. He's reportedly a target for Arsenal ahead of the transfer window, as he was last year. Apparently, Lautaro is happy at Inter and wants to stay, but they may be forced to cash in on their prized asset due to ongoing financial issues, people. So we'll see how that one develops. In relation to El Nene, there's conflicting reports, but apparently El Nene has agreed a deal until 2025. Some say it's until 2024 with an option of another one, people. Very close to an agreement. Well deserved, really. Arsenal are progressing in talks with Mohamed El Nene to extend his contract, as reported by David Ornstein earlier. El Nene wants to stay. The final detail to be agreed with his agent is a 2-year deal or 1 year, including an option for a further season. So, yeah, man. I mean, thoroughly well deserved. I'm not going to lie. The bar's on the floor because as much as I agree, if any other player was good for 4 or 5 games, nobody is saying that. But it's El Nene, so there's special treatment. Bars on the floor, really. Probably should just bring in new players, but we could do a lot worse than keeping El Nene. For what it's worth, El Nene said Arsenal are focused on the Champions League return and are ready for the Tottenham derby. Less chattings, more slappings, people. Please, less chattings, more slappings. Everyone is focused on achieving the club's objective, which is to qualify for the Champions League. He then went on to say, people, the club will speak with the players regarding contract renewals in due course. He then went on to speak about this. He said the derby against Tottenham will be tough and Champions League. So we'll have to see about that. Away from that, though, people, we've been linked with Richarlison. This journalist is capping. Kroenkes could bring exceptional 50 million striker to the Emirates. Clickbait. Arsenal could afford to sign Everton forward Richarlison if they qualify for the Champions League. But unless all the other options are exhausted, forget all of that, man. He spends too much time diving. I don't even know if I should believe any of this, people. Yeah, I don't even know if I should believe any of this. It all seems like tosh. Well, there's obviously some Premier League clubs who are in the market for a new striker. Arsenal are looking for striking reinforcements, and if they get in the Champions League, they might be able to afford to pay 50 million for Richarlison. Anywho, Pepe's been linked with a move. This was the original source of the article, people, so it's only right that we see exactly what's been said here. Again, Google Translate and that have done me dirty here, so we'll have to see exactly what is said. But allegedly, Sevilla wants to fish in Arsenal. So, wow. Sevilla has been aware for years that in the summer, some of its stars have to leave to make way for other great players. Monchi is usually visible head of these operations, but Locatelli also has a lot to do with it. The league ends in a few weeks, and Sevilla is already preparing the departures and registrations. In their desire to create a more competitive team, Sevilla have sounded out Arsenal to acquire the services of Nicolas Pepe, which is decent. It will be a good platform for him to go play. The end of the English team has not had much luck in the Premier League this season. He's barely played 630 minutes, and the Ivorian, and I just assume they want him to be a substitute. Ocampos on the wing. Monchi will bet on him as long as the price asked by the Gooners is not, I assume, extraordinary. So I'm not too sure for that. But in terms of English terms, Sevilla open talks with Arsenal over Nicolas Pepe transfer. According to reports, Sevilla have opened talks with Arsenal to sign Nicolas Pepe this summer. 26 years of age, contracted until 2024, cost 72 million in total, if provided all the variables that won't be hit are hit. Just, and he can't get a game. It's an elephant in the room for everyone. It just, I do, especially with the Champions League next year, I would like Pepe to be in the squad. But if the manager don't rate you, if you're not playing games, it needs to come to a resolution, in it. Like, really and truly, it is what it is. And definitely how you played off the bench last game can't get onto you. As you know, we struggled to make an impact to secure a regular role under Mikel Arteta. According to this report, Monchi has identified Pepe as a potential summer signing, which first and foremost, a platform to play. Second of all, a new experience in a new league. It was always destined to fail in hindsight, because I remember his dad's comments about Pepe needs to live and breathe football. I do think sometimes it's been unfair, but you've had different managers. And we're here where we are now, innit? Sevilla have made it clear to Arsenal that while they would be willing to sign Pepe, they're not willing to pay a mad fee. I mean, give us 30 million. It's calm now, man. And obviously, he got to dress him down for that poor counter-attacking move against Leeds people. Arteta said, when asked on that Pepe thing, he said, when you see that he's got an empty net in front of him and he's taking a touch backwards, we really can't understand. But you have to have the perception of the player in that moment. They're the ones that make the decision. Unfortunately, we didn't need to go, a bit like off the bench in the last game, and we was all baffled with that. So yeah, man, it's not really nice for Pepe. So it's all a myth for him. Getting dressing downs and things like that. The manager can't understand why you're doing things. This is why you're not trusted, really and truly. Fabrizio Romano says Xhaka could leave Arsenal, talks due this summer. I mean, if we're getting Tielemans and all these things, it's a myth. Inconsistent but talented Pepe is that, and Nketiah should stay. I mean, it's up to him, man. In my country, I haven't seen any Spurs fans in my entire life. That's Nigeria. Their fan base in Nigeria is as dry as their trophy cabinet. Long may that continue. Brazil bias, possibly, but Meady, Litoro and Tammy, my favorites. Diverse attackers, a mix of skills. We saying Ceballos balling now. Shameless agendas, man. Yo, DJ, I got here late. Big up yourself. I know you've probably already spoken on it, but how likely do you think he goes to West Ham? I still think we could convince him to stay. Haven't spoken on it, and I think he's open to everything. As I said, if Arteta, I think if I'm Eddie, honest conversation with Arteta, what are your plans? I hear rumors of 2 strikers. Okay, cool. That might not necessarily mean my time here is done, because it's going to be a striker that can play out wide, really. And there's a lot of game time, It all depends as well. If Arsenal can only bring in 1 striker, then you might have shown that you could be a rotation option, and you can't rule out Lacazette getting a new deal, even though I don't agree. So I think he needs to have an honest conversation. I do think he wants to make it at Arsenal, considering you've been at Arsenal for years and they're back in the Champions League, whether you're a squad player or whatnot. Why would you not want to be involved in that? But are you going to play week in, week out? Are you going to have an opportunity of that? If I'm honest with myself, the way I want Arsenal to go, I don't want that to be for Eddie. So he has to have that conversation, confirm game time elsewhere. But it all depends, man. It all depends what happens in the market. There's a lot of moving parts, both at our club and abroad, people. And obviously, we don't know where we're going to finish. Certain players that we're trying to that look like they're leaving, there might be U-turns. Certain people that were staying might go. Certain things might happen in it. So, yeah. Fabrizio Romano has told Court Offside that Granit Xhaka could leave Arsenal this summer, with talks over his future. He's had a good season in an Arsenal shirt, doing what he's doing, people. In fact, reports claim that a move to Roma could be imminent. Ultimately, however, Xhaka ended up staying put, and Arsenal have certainly benefited from keeping him, yada, yada, yada. Nevertheless, Fabrizio Romano has now suggested that Roma remains still keen on Xhaka, and talks about the idea of the midfielder leaving Arsenal will be held in the summer. We could see midfielders leaving Arsenal as well. Xhaka has always been on Jose Mourinho's list for Roma, but has not received communications from Arsenal so far. He will talk about with the club at the end of the campaign, but no distractions during the Champions League spot. Fair enough. It's calm, but he did speak about wanting potentially getting the armband back. So it's always a mixed bag, man, at 29. I'm here for Fabian Ruiz. I don't know if Lee Connor is talking the truth, but Arsenal leading the race for spectacular 40 million star just months after Newcastle had their own bid ready. Arsenal are reportedly the most interested club when it comes to Napoli midfielder for Fabian Ruiz. I mean, it's Tielemans, Neves one day, then it's the other here. Just make sure they arrive. According to reports from this publication, apparently what Arsenal are said to be the team who hold the highest interest in the midfield star, who has been long tipped for a move elsewhere. As you know, he's won the Coppa Italia in Naples. He was part of a Spanish successful under 21 side. He's been linked with Real Madrid as well. People, he's contracted until 2023, just like Tielemans, Douglas Luiz, and other people linked with. So yeah, it doesn't seem anything concrete. He's a good player, lovely passing range, as you would expect from a for me, but that beyond that, where can we really take it, people? Yuri Tielemans to Arsenal. Gunners hopes over 30 million deal for Leicester star could hinge on Champions League. Arsenal's hopes of signing Tielemans could hinge on whether they qualify for next season's Champions League. The Gunners have identified Tielemans as one of their top targets as Mikel Arteta plots another big summer in the transfer market. He's about to enter the final year of his contract at Leicester, which you can't rule out just running that down and leaving for free. Tielemans has given no indication that he'll sign an extension and looks set to leave the King Power Stadium. That has sparked interest from several clubs, including Arsenal, who have made a new midfielder priority this summer. Barcelona, Real Madrid, and sorry, there's a bit of shit on my screen. Tottenham Hotspur have also been keeping tabs on Tielemans over the past year. The 25-year-old is yet to decide his next move, but is keen to play in the Champions League. So Arsenal would significantly boost their chances of signing him by securing a top 4 spot. As you know, we're currently 4th and can confirm a place in next season's Champions League if we beat Spurs on Thursday, which I don't think we're going to do, but by God's grace. It's thought Tielemans could be available for a fee of around 30 million, but that amount could increase if several clubs make concrete offers. Arsenal are also interested in Granit Xhaka could join Roma. So make of that what you will. This is correlating the same things as well, folks, via publication that, the points and commas have been put. Only this will stop Arsenal from completing the transfer of Tielemans. The transfer of Yuri Tielemans to Arsenal is taking shape. Only the Red Devil has yet to give his final blessing. Yuri Tielemans Championship bell next season. Google Translate probably saying Champions League. The Gunners, pardon me, have pretty much got that Champions League ticket. Only them will Tielemans. I don't know what it means, but the talks between his agent blessing for the transfer. As you know, United have also been interested. I'm not gonna lie, I can't begrudge Tielemans for wanting to go play Champions League football, and all the players want to play Champions League. But I'm sorry, like, a part of me, I don't think, as great as I think Tielemans is, you are not a player to be, I'm only coming here if we're getting Champions League. You're not that guy, bro. This is Arsenal flipping football club. You've played at the Emirates since 16. You're not that guy. You're not established like that in world football, as great as you are at 25. You are a great midfielder. You're going to be even better. You are a Belgium international, but you're not that. That's not. I don't really want to accept that from Tielemans. Like, this should be a signing that's attainable, whether Arsenal get Champions League or not. I can't lie. I don't think you're the guy for all of that. If we get Champions League, I don't think you are. That's a myth still, man. But yeah, anyways, away from all of that, Arsenal, someone's probably running bants. It could be one Pepe out, one Pepe in. Arsenal plot move for Porto winger Pepe as fellow Premier League clubs also eye transfer. Arsenal are preparing a move to sign Porto winger Pepe, according to reports in the Portuguese media. He just joined from Guillermo last summer for 13.5 million. It's quite techie, but I'm not watching him week in, week out. While Pepe's numbers of 4 goals and 4 assists in 27 outings seems reasonably average, I mean, very similar to the actual one we got. The forward has got plenty of people talking in Portugal this season with his performances, so much so it is claimed the number of English sides have taken note of his emergence onto the scene ahead of the summer transfer window. So yeah, Arsenal are suggested as being serious about signing the tricky wide player who can knock and shoot from range. Arsenal are in the market for attackers ahead of next season, people, with 2 strikers and a winger on the agenda, which again, we're speaking about Eddie, that is going to harm you. The Gunners are also expected to try and move on Nicolas Pepe on with Sevilla, understood to be keen on the people, you know. Fair enough. Fair enough. Same Yuri Tielemans report. Why is it all zoomed in and that? Zoom the hell out, man. Martin Odegaard is determined. I mean, Xhaka, Arteta, El Nene, Odegaard has spoken about it. Odegaard determined to seal Arsenal Champions League berth after a brief taste at Real Madrid. He's determined to fire Arsenal to the Champions League this week because he never got a true taste of the competition during his time at Real Madrid. People, we're currently sat fourth, 4 points ahead of Tottenham in fifth, and will qualify for the Champions League if we win on Thursday. People, he said, I've played there, the Champions League, a few games, but I don't feel like I've really played there. I really want to get in there and fight. That's where the best teams want to be, of course. So that would be big for me and the club. We have a young team, but I think with young players we just enjoy playing together, and you can see that on the pitch. We enjoy it. And apparently he said, all that matters, taking the 3 points. We have to win in different ways, said Odegaard. Last time against West Ham was not our best game, but but we won. Today, I think we played really, really good in some parts, and other parts we had to fight, but we got the 3 points, and that's the most important thing. So we're happy. I think it was a good win, an important win. We know the situation we're in, so obviously we are very happy with 3 points. Some parts of the game we have to do better and kill the game. As Xhaka said, we've got to be a bit more street smart. But and again, if we're not street smart away at White Hart Lane, crazy. But that's all that matters today. We all matters, people. So there's that. Just leaving City and going to Arsenal. It's real. It's real. It's talks really happening at Arsenal. Fabrizio Romano said Arsenal's main target in the striker position is Gabriel Jesus. If they have the Champions League position, they'll go for him. He is the striker Arsenal want. Arsenal already had contact with his agent, people, and apparently, he has started to score goals. Apparently, Manchester City have set their valuation of Gabriel Jesus at 60 million euros this summer, depending on the direction of negotiations. Man City, are open to dropping down to 50 million, which is about 40 odd, which is calm. But wouldn't we hear 30, 35? He's contracted until 2023. So I don't think they're really in a position to play hardball and them things there, especially if he forces it out. Where is it? Apparently, Eddie Nketiah has decided to represent Ghana instead of England, and reports have said he's got his Ghanaian passport now, which is about time. West Ham are in pole position to sign Eddie Nketiah on a free transfer this summer if Arsenal cannot convince the about game time. West Ham are ready to take advantage of Eddie Nketiah's contract standoff. Arsenal are keen to keep the 22-year-old who is out of contract. Arsenal hierarchy. David Moyes' Hammers are understood to be in pole position to pounce for him. First thing you get there when you touch West Ham, beat up with Declan Rice, people. You need to throw jollof rice over his head, Eddie Nketiah. I can't blame them. The only highlight of them in the Europa League is the images of Mark Noble sweeping up the changing room against Sevilla and Lyon. They bloody celebrated like they won the Europa, and their bubbles firmly got burst against us and last week. But on a serious note, West Ham are a good club. They're trying to do big things. They're a big club, massive fan base. David Moyes, a 30 manager. You could play. I don't know if you would play through the middle because you've done it for 4 or 5 games, but you would probably get significantly more game time, especially as what we saw if we're trying to bring 2 strikers and a winger in. I'd like Eddie to stay purely for the P's, and you could keep him as a rotation option. Maybe if he proves he can start, fair play, as there's more games next season. Maybe there's a degree of, okay, I'm gonna go out on loan, goes and earns us more money, puts himself in the shop window, but we're at his mercy, really. The 22-year-old turning 23 later this year. We're in no position of strength, man. Arteta has also made a plea, and he keeps talking about him. And the more he scores goals, it is crazy, people. Arteta also made a plea to Nketiah after the win against Leeds, saying they absolutely adore him, but the prospect of him leaving is increasing. And it's true. Arteta can say anything he wants, and he might not be. He didn't get Vlahovic or Darwin Núñez in January. Lacazette's short-lived purple patch went. Aubameyang couldn't behave himself. Literally, this is it. Like, why? And sometimes these things need to happen for you to take your chances, but you've got to do the maths. Eddie owes it to himself to look at this thing without emotion. Eddie's reps have had 2 rounds of talks with Arsenal, and another meeting is planned to see if they can find a way around how much game time we get. Lie to the brother. If I'm Eddie and his advisors, I'm telling him not to sign one. I need concrete. Boom. You know, how am I going to be used? What am I going to be used? An honest conversation. Arteta, just like Balogun, tell my man every lie under the sun. Yeah, fam, you're going to, Haaland thing, you're going to make it. You're starting Champions League. Once he signs that new deal, who gives a fuck? Like, we've done it now, innit? It's wrapped, it's done. You know, really. He's got to ask himself that. He's got to ask what's going on with the other young players. You've got to ask what's going on with Lacazette. Now, right now, we all know Lacazette's going to keep it moving. He's not going to make it. But go back a few months, everybody was screaming, oh, yeah, Lacazette new. Yeah, bro, next season's you. Promote to the first team. We gave Balogun a big song and dance about the new contract. Let him stay for 6 months, brother. Long thing. You're not ready right now. Eddie, let's do this thing, man. If I'm Eddie, boy, don't sign nothing. The more you just keep focusing on football, you're doing your job, really and truly. You got German clubs onto you, you got other Prem clubs onto you. I hope that if you are leaving, you go to Crystal Palace, help Vieira out in that. You know, Ian Wright's career in reverse and that. But you can't say no to West Ham if they give you a legit thing. But a number of clubs are also on alert. But West Ham are understood to be in pole position to pounce for the 22-year-old. He almost joined Palace, but there was wage issues. David Moyes is also a fan of Ollie Watkins. Ugh. Remember them? We come a long way for them Calvert-Lewin and Ollie Watkins rumours. I hope they stay away far from this club. He wanted to sign Darwin Núñez, you know. See, so again, even if West Ham, the thing is with Eddie, bro, are you as good as he is? I think he'll be a luxury to have in every. I say luxury, I'm guessing it. He'll be a good option to have. Gonna be the guy. He's done it for a couple of games. It's very different relying on man for 38. It's very different when you haven't got a chance, but you get the point. Arsenal are also keen on Núñez, and allegedly we've been tracking Dominic Calvert-Lewin for 12 months. Please, man, please. Lacazette looks to leave. Calvert, please. So yeah, man, that's his contract, people. Business going on. So yeah, man. 147 likes. We can get to 200 people. Pattern that up, please. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's Eddie. That's Eddie and all these guys' contract stuff sorted, people. All the transfer rumors. Let's spin the block, man. Let me know your opinions. Get any questions, talking points, all them things there in, people. Big up you lot tuned in across Twitch and YouTube. It's nice to see Eddie finally taking his chances. I mean, I wanted to stay as an alien boy, but promises are a comfort to a fool. From a club perspective, I want them to tell you everything under the sun. And obviously, it would be great to want to be involved with what's going on at Arsenal, being in the Champions League. But are you going to play enough? On one hand, you need to earn it. We need to recognize there's competition at this club now. We're not just going to play Eddie and Nketiah, but how are you going to be utilized, people? Now, sorry, as much as I said that, I mean, this is probably a nonsense rumor, but this is probably a nonsense rumor, but we're gonna have to see what this is saying. Allegedly, Thomas Partey has doors open for Arsenal exit, with Juventus keen on potential swap. I mean, where have we heard this? Sorry, people. My guess, Arthur Melo. You know, I'm just guessing Arthur Melo. I might be wrong, but Arthur Melo. Sorry, man. I don't know what's going on with the internet, man. We're just gonna have to hold it, my guy. Apologies. I can't. If I could, I would, but it's a poor guy in Edmonton, man. You lot get me to 50,000 on YouTube, and you know, and 10K plus on Twitch. We might be able to get a better office in there. But Thomas Partey has doors open for an exit from Arsenal, according to reports from Spain. So a Spanish club speaking on an Italian team's transfer business with, you know, buying someone from England. Football's universal, but you know, you try to read between the lines. Juventus are claimed to be interested in signing the midfielder, with Arthur Melo potentially sent in an opposite direction as part of a swap deal. So there we have it, people. He'll play again this season. There has been reports that Partey is stepping up his recovery and he could play against Everton, but yeah, man, Tottenham could get Yaya Toure as a coach. Big up him. It's a myth, people. They've also said Partey would cost around 30 million, 35 million, which is 15 less than what we paid. It seems, you know, we're just making more holes in our team. Like, we'll just be making more holes. There's already talk around a number 8. Why would we go and do that? So anything can happen in football, but I don't believe that. But I've got a duty to show you lot everything in it. So yeah. Now I think with that is the end of the transfer, Tosh. If Eddie stays, he'll get overpaid, but that's the price of business. If I'm Eddie, I'm saying, yo, I don't even know what Eddie